have you been trying to post online, or have you been posting online and trying to make content, and maybe you're just learning how to speak on camera and you're trying to get followers because you want those followers to become clients, or you want those followers to become customers, and you're trying to stay consistent. Maybe it's been a couple weeks, maybe it's been a couple months, and your pages aren't growing, or your page is not growing, and no one's really buying from you, and you're looking to find out what are some of the things you can do to improve your content, to attract people, the type of people that you want to target in terms of buying your product or service, and you just need a little bit help growing your personal brand so you could be the person they like, trust, and ultimately want to buy from. We're going to break that down in this episode. This is episode number 3, and we on. Damn.
Well, that was a good intro.
Yeah. No, it was only good because it's a wing. If I wrote it, then but that,
Yeah.
But and I just want to run over that real quick. That's called packaging. What I just did.
Okay.
Right. So a lot of podcasts start with episode 3, and then they just start talking, or a lot of podcasts start with just talking. But when you let people know what they're about to watch, make a promise, and then deliver on that promise, like, you know what? They can decide right away if this is what they want to hear. And you're just packaging.
Well, this is educational, so it's not just entertainment.
Yeah.
We're not just rambling just to be rambling.
Yeah.
We could ramble, but that's not the goal.
Right. The goal today is to continue off last night, which was episode 2 of the podcast. And it was basically, episode 2 was about, does everyone have to be making content on social media? Should you be making content on social media? Yes and no, why and why not? And then if you already have decided to make content, how should you get started, right? And we're continuing with the third question I wanted to answer, which is for the people who have been making content and they just started 1 month, 2 months,
or maybe even a year or 2.
Right. And it's not working up to that person's expectations in terms of.
That's what I was going to say. Start there. What is work? Define working. What would be working? I guess that it depends on the person.
Yeah. Okay. So let me break down. That's the whole point, right? Let me break that down. It's not working up to that person's expectations, all right? Or the expectations they set for themselves based on them or watching everybody else online, right? So number 1, they need to get clear, or you guys need to get clear on exactly what you want your end goal to be.
Right.
Right. And I spoke about that in episode 1. Like
how do you see this story playing out? That's what, yeah.
Yeah. What's your goal? Who do you want your audience to be? Who's your target audience? Who do you want to be consuming your content?
Who do you want to help? Who are you providing services to?
Right.
Yeah.
Who are you? Literally, meaning like when they go to your page, let's say you make a good video and they go to your bio, like, who's this guy? Do I really want to follow him? You got 3 seconds for them to decide. They see your name, they see your picture, and then they see a little bit of writing in your bio, right? Even that matters because it's like, who is this person and why do I need to follow him? Because I already follow, let's say fitness. I already follow 10 awesome fitness people. Do I need to follow another person doing squats? Like who are you targeting? Because you might say, hey, like me, I'm having hip issues, right? Hey, I help men who used to be super active and athletic heal from hip injuries from sports. I'm like, damn. Like, that's the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's not, since he's.
You're kind of like showing our age now, too, the hip issues.
Well, I used to think that was a thing, but that's not true. Because anybody who's athletes, they get damaged like crazy, Yeah. And then also it's like, what's your brand? And that's more of who you are, right? And we also spoke about that yesterday, but I wanted to break down each of those things. So back to the goal. What do you want the big, sexy outcome to be, right? I know we did coffee shop, but let's do somebody who's not that. Let's do give me somebody selling something, and we'll work with them.
I'm somebody selling something.
All right, let's work with you.
Yeah, let's use my.
You're a bit difficult though.
Why? Because
you're working in the dyeing industry. Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I'm in music industry. So I don't think it's.
Do I still have these headphones on? I don't need these.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much better in there though. So much better in there.
I don't think it's that simple, and that's something I've been discovering recently, right? I don't think that was my objective when coming online to get more music industry work. Like that wasn't really my goal. It was more like the same similar reason why we're doing this podcast is to help people, but education, right? So when we're talking about audio, that's how I kind of like wrote the book and geared towards the book. Remember, you came to one of my like little first get together things we had at a library where people showed up and for the book, and I was talking about the book, and a woman showed up and she was like an author and she wanted to do her own audiobooks. So in order to record her own audiobook, she needs to just understand more about audio in general, right? And if someone wants to do audio at a church, if someone wants to do if someone wants to do audio for a podcast, like audio is just
there you go.
Audio is being used for everything. So that's not necessarily like music industry.
So that's also one of your problems. Now let's talk about that. I've never heard you say that to me, and I've never got that picture from your content online. From your content online, you're a recording and mixing engineer, and you help people learn how to do that. When you say it like that, now it doesn't matter about AI and everything else, because at church, I went to church and I saw like 7 Black Magic cinema cameras. They were manning them from every corner.
Dude, they go to these mega churches, they got serious stuff.
Right. I'm talking about the one out the window. There's one out the window that has all of that, right? Yeah. So that's just a church. And then you have all these speaking things that happen with businesses. And
I went to a nice church in Boca Raton, bro. The dude had like a whole Pro Tools board. It was amazing. He was like, yeah, I've been mixing here for 30 years. That's like a whole profession, like, you know?
Right. And like I say, they have all these speaking engagements where, you know, the personal brand guys are going on stage and there's concerts. Like, that's audio. There's audio everywhere. Yeah. Audio's more important to have better audio than better visual most of the time. Right. So...
And you're right, by the way. And I actually discovered that recently. We actually talked about this on the last episode where I started feeling like online I was becoming like a caricature. And I was just like, I got tired of myself, and it actually caused me to burn out, because I was like, I feel like I'm only highlighting one aspect of myself, and this is not like it's not getting like the true full scope of things.
But when you say aspect, let's take away the personal side of personal branding. I'm literally talking about what you do for a living, right? So I understand that, but it's not in the forefront because you don't say that. Like, you don't come online and say, hey, if you're ever doing audio at a church and this happens, it's because this, that, and the third. So I don't know that. Hey, if you're ever recording a podcast and you're getting a hiss, it's usually a wire. What you need to do is check the...
Dude, but I'm telling you, I'm discovering this stuff as I go. It's like the advice that you're giving to everyone here, I'm taking your advice, even from our personal phone calls, and I'm applying it. I'm just putting it out there into the world, right? And I'm figuring it out as I go. As I'm making content, this is why I say therapy sessions too, because like, do you realize the amount of like self-reflection, and we talked about this in the first episode, is like the amount of self-reflection and being honest with yourself and picking yourself apart and trying to discover who you really are, what your value is to the world, what do people like about you. Dude, that's massive self-reflection that I don't think most people even do just in life in general. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that helps you with a lot of things, dude.
Let me tell you something. Doing that, like, my main thing is to become a better thinker, right? Mm-hmm. That's my goal in life right now, forefront of everything. And like you just said, you become a better person in trying to build your personal brand and digging
deep. That's crazy, right?
And understanding yourself and why you think like way, and where did you get that from? And the things you've been saying for 5 years, it's not true. Why were you saying it as if it were true? Right. Have you ever looked it up? Are you...
And I think a lot of the times when you're starting your brand, content-wise, I think a lot of the times when I was doing that caricature that I'm talking about, like you're like, oh, the mix engineer producer guy online, I think I was imitating, because I think I'm imitating the guys that I was watching, right? And I'm just, this is what they do, so this is maybe what I should do. And then, but you start to also realize that's not your true value. Your true value is like, you have to discover what makes you an individual, right? And what's your philosophy? What's your perspective?
That's it.
It's like,
that right there, what your philosophy, what your beliefs are, and what your perspective is is how you stand out regardless, and nobody can really copy you.
Absolutely. But I didn't know that in the beginning. I think I was more copying other guys out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I do want to take this in steps, because I think even when I've bought 16 or 15 courses from other social media professionals, right? Because I'm not the type of person that thinks they know it all. So I want to know, even if I learn 2 things from your 5-hour course,
right. Just a little nugget.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, it's like I'm seeing other people's styles of teaching, and I notice everybody's teaching so much. It's so overwhelming. It makes me not want to listen to it. So like, I kind of want to, in this podcast today and just going forward, I want to like slow walk it and help people with doing the next, I call it the next push-up. Just do the next push-up. Don't worry about getting the 50 push-ups. Just do the next one with the right form, and eventually you're going to get to the number you want to get at. So let's bring it back to, where were we? Let's bring it back to you trying to communicate, or needing to communicate, the other ways that becoming an audio professional can get you money out in the real world.
Right.
Because your students are coming to you because they want to learn skills so they can go out and make money.
Yeah.
So mixing a song is just one type of way you can use your audio professional
if you
skills.
truly understand the fundamentals of audio in general. Yeah.
Right. So it's like, you should literally, to make it easy for yourself, just write the things down. How have
Audio
I
is used in the world?
No, that too.
Yeah.
And well, but start with you. How have I made money via my professionalism in audio? Oh,
That's a good
I
question.
mix songs. Live concerts I've mixed.
Yeah, I've mixed live
Right.
concerts.
How about Chris sent me his podcast because it sounded just okay. He wanted to be great. He knows I mix it. So he sent me the
That's
thing.
another thing,
That's
yeah.
a whole nother thing, right? Even if you're not physically doing it for people reaching out to you, hey, how do I make this sound like this? Like, there's so many things, like you were saying, in church. So you write those things down.
Dude, I taught audio in jail. You know this too.
Right. I sent you to jail. I was the one that sent Gabe to jail
Right.
to teach inmates.
To teach audio on Rikers Island. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So write down those things
Right.
and then stand back and say audio in Rikers Island. Right. Now you got it from a friend that got it from a friend. But at the end of the day, the government was cutting checks to make that happen.
Isn't that crazy? Right.
So guess what? You can make money from it because you're who? An audio professional.
Right.
So you make content. I'm going to make 2 videos on that. I'm going to make 3 videos for the church content. I'm going to make, and now you're just the audio guy that everyone's coming to. Even though audio is niche, there's so many different points of contact that they're all coming from.
That's a great idea. I mean, you just gave me a jewel right now.
Right. So watch this. You take that, you put that aside. Now you know you have 10 videos. You have five ways you can make money from audio. 2 videos a piece, that's 10 videos, right? You want to get another 10 out of those. What people comment, you make into videos.
Right.
So I had a note over here that says, the gold is in the comments. And people forget that. And there's 2 reasons the gold's in the comments. They're going to ask you a question. Don't only answer the question to the person who's commenting, but if that person has that question, so do thousands of other people. Make a video about just that question. And if you do that for each of your 5 things, you have 5 more videos.
Right.
If
And
you answer 2
that's-
questions a piece, that's 10 more videos.
One, you get the comments and that influx of people coming in. You're creating your like classroom. You're creating your community.
Right.
And you want that interaction. You know what I mean?
So that's one. One is just the interaction itself. Because people forget this. They make their content and then they're so ready and in the process of making more content, they forget that the whole thing is to build something. You need to engage with the people who are talking to you.
Right.
They actually took the time out to double click and write you something. You can't ignore them unless you're just getting so much it's overwhelming, and that's understanding. But talk to that person.
I don't think you just ever fully ignore it. Even like the guys that get too big, I think they even hire someone to kind of like respond and engage or something. You know what
It's
I mean?
hard. Even me now, like it's really hard because I take like 2 hours at a time just to respond to people. And if I'm making real responses, I'm not responding saying, cool, thanks, bro.
I also read somewhere that does help the algorithm too, right? Like you instantly responding, it kind of continues the conversation and helps the algorithm and the engagement, and so it'll push the post even more.
It helps push the post. More importantly, it helps you connect with your people. Now the person that you said hi to and talk to, they're going to comment on the rest of your stuff because they feel like they know you.
Right. That's a very
and that's where
important
building
point.
the brand is.
Right.
And they're way more willing to go somewhere else with you. Mm-hmm. Short-term content is what's super popping right now. But at the end of the day, YouTube and long-form content is king. Because that's where you sit down and eat breakfast and watch an hour, or stand in the shower and listen to an hour, or change your clothes, or drive to a gig and listen. You hear that person's voice. You get to know about their wife and their kids, and you start liking that person. And you want to learn that subject from that person.
That's why I was very proud of like the video that I posted recently, like where I'm in like a lecture hall and I'm doing like a lecture on my book. I feel like if you watch that video, it doesn't have the most views, right? Like obviously, like you said, the short-term content and short form content, it's easier to get a lot more views really quick. But if you watch that video, I feel like, and you just sat there, like you said, and had a bowl of Cheerios or something, you watched that for an hour, like I feel like you're really down with me. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like my people and you really want to learn from me. You know what I mean?
Right. And you're your brand. So whoever you are, you're going to attract your tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So now we put your 5 different ways to get money in audio, right? We made 2 videos each. Then we used the comments and took 2 questions to answer and made 2 more videos for each. You know, now you have 20 videos, right? Just from that alone. You put that aside, then you know what we didn't talk about that you just mentioned? You're an author and you have a book. You don't even talk about your book.
Yeah.
What?
I know. No, I do. Initially, I did.
In content.
Yeah, I know. I need to do it more often, yeah. I'm telling you, dude, I'm discovering that the reason...
Do you make dinner for your family and then to tell nobody it's done? And then hope they come downstairs starving and discover a plate?
I didn't tell nobody. Here's the thing. A book is evergreen, right? I could push it for a year or 2 and then stop talking about it. Can you explain
to the audience that doesn't know what evergreen means?
Meaning if you put value into this thing that you took months to create, right? Well, a book doesn't only take months. A book takes a lifetime, so to speak, because it's a lifetime of experience, right?
Right, but stay with the evergreen. Stay with that.
Right, but I mean, you just pack all this value into this little. It could even be 50, 100 pages, right? That's a lot of valuable information. It's going to be valuable this year. It's going to be valuable next year. It's going to be valuable 5 years from now because it's just teaching you the fundamentals of audio. That's how I would define evergreen, like, or even 10 years from now. Like when I put out my book, I saw that the #1 book on Amazon, like in my lane, the #1 competitor, the book was released 7-8 years prior.
So really, you should have had a #1 seller, but you just didn't know what you were doing.
No, I kind of like
you could have rigged the system.
I kind of like a little bit. Yeah, I'm
also still can.
I'm also learning how to be an author is a whole different game too.
I'm learning right now. It's extremely difficult.
Yeah. And dropping a book is like literally dropping an album.
Or a movie.
Yeah, you have to tour it, you have to promote it, you have to market it, you have to.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Do lectures on it. That's why another reason why I love that video where I did the lecture, because it's like the work. It's like everything coming into fruition. You had to like write the book, put it out, a library put it in there. You set up a lecture at that library. You have to get people to attend, and then I'm just standing there in front of young people talking about my book, talking about audio.
Everything you just said is a video you should have made about your lecture.
What do you mean?
Everything you just said, I would have watched you online talk about your lecture and every incremental thing it took to even do a lecture, coming off of being author.
Yeah. I mean,
people want to know that.
Like the journey, right?
Yeah. So you have all these posts now. If you add the book, you're adding another 4 posts, right? All that, right? That's you teaching those things and solving problems in those avenues. That's not even you being the DJ and having some fun.
Right.
That's not even you critiquing Bad Bunny's sound at the Super Bowl and why you heard an echo. And now you're bringing pop culture. You're bringing something that just happened and 100 million Americans were watching. So now they're watching your video. You add Bad Bunny on the side or above you while you're talking, and people are into that. It's like, damn, like now you're
everything you're saying, I literally discovered within the past 3 to 4 months, bro.
Right.
Like because I feel like I did videos for like 2 years as like the caricature, or like, again, I'm watching other music producers, audio engineers online and how they do it, their format, their structure, the type of topics they talk about. And I kind of like, yeah, I mean, you imitate and then you innovate, right? It's kind of like when you're like a musical artist, you try to like, initially you try to like rap like your favorite rapper. And if I could only like rap like him, but then after a while you kind of like discover who you truly are and like what your value is and what makes you unique.
But then you got to learn how to show it.
Right.
So I just came up with something while I was talking to you. Everybody wants to get online and give value. Just be valuable. Give more value. Like, I can't, even though it's true, like I can't take it anymore because now everyone.
I think a lot of people can't take it anymore.
Now that everyone's doing it, it's like, you have to drop mega bombs for us to listen to.
Homie, I'm telling you, it's becoming like a caricature. I felt this was a big cause of my like little hiatus. Like I didn't like completely disappear, but I got bored of myself. Like, if that makes any sense. You understand what I'm saying? Like I remembered when I first initiated, like, this is part of like kind of answers the question too, like, why isn't it working? Like, because that's how we started this episode. Why isn't it working? I kind of like got bored of myself because I remember when I first started making the content, I was excited. I was like, oh, this is cool. Everything's new. How do I stay fresh so I stay consistent? Like, after 2 years.
You grew up poor, right?
I guess.
Just keep that in the back of your mind. You'll never stop. You're good.
We gotta eat. Yeah,
you gotta eat. But no, if you're not having fun, it's harder to stay consistent.
That's what I'm saying.
And you're not gonna have fun if you're like, this is how you plug in this wire. Like, you have to have fun with it.
Yeah, like, dude, after the 10th EQ video,
I don't mind. Like, you're saying this word that's kind of triggered me. This character thing. I don't mind being the character. I don't think that's the problem. Mm-hmm. The problem is deciding ways to make your content vibrant and make you happy, because when you're happy, that exudes from you to the audience.
We're kind of saying the same thing. We're just saying it in a different way. Everything you're saying, I love everything that you're saying. You're saying, you're highlighting a bunch of different things that I can do. And those bunch of different things takes me out of that box for myself, and it like frees me up, and it becomes more fun. You know what I'm saying? Because then that's who you truly are. It's not just this character. There's just
like, I'm a fax machine.
Yeah, like this box.
Not a FAX, but a FACTS. I'm a fax machine.
Yeah, dude.
So because everyone's a fax machine, and guess what? Guess who's gonna beat everybody at fax? AI. AI can tell you how to do everything right.
Even books.
Right. So now
I realized that about my book after the fact, because like when I dropped my book, like AI wasn't what it is right now. And it's obviously like it just kind of like blew up within the past like year or two. But AI could just spit out facts. So even in your book, you have to put more your perspective, your philosophy, your history, your character.
Right, but that is
personalize the book more. You know,
that is your story. You can't. I try to hit ChatGPT and say, help me with a course. Mm-hmm. It was great at helping me packaging what I'm offering people to make money.
Right.
Terrible at the course because it can't do it.
It can't go into my
20 years. At least not yet. It can't go into my brain and pull all my experiences. It can't do it. So I'm stuck with grinding it out.
It actually depends how much you talk to ChatGPT, because the more you talk to it, the more it learns you and your history, your personality, your character.
Well, then ChatGPT would be no different than signing up to a publishing house, you speaking, and them writing your book for you. It's assisting you in doing that.
Right.
But I want to get back to your thing. So we got your post. Right. I want to say about facts machine. Mm-hmm. Right. Everybody is a know-it-all now. You go online, 5 ways to. This is how if you want stronger glutes. Listen.
There's videos I've watched of myself where I'm saying things like that. I'm like, yuck, change the channel. Like, I'm tired of hearing like.
Right. So
like
right now you need to learn how to stop being a know-it-all. Mm-hmm. and start being a show-it-all.
Oh, okay, so break down the difference.
So a know-it-all is what blew up the last 3 years. It's the reason why my client Prada blew up. We were just like, yo, fact. Here's how you avoid paying too much taxes. Here's how you can leverage your credit to get business credit so you can get funding and invest in real
is
estate.
that done? Or are we past that?
It's not done, but it's done so much when people see that format, it's kind of like, if they're not in the mood, they have to be in the mood to want to learn about taxes right now. Like, bro, I'm eating lunch. I want to see someone fall down the stairs. Right? So show it all is you're not talking about it, you're doing it, which is why people love watching you DJ or watching you promote your book at a school and you're speaking. I see he's speaking to a crowd of people. He doesn't have to tell me he's a speaker. I see him DJing. He doesn't have to tell him. Like, everyone's yapping about it and no one's doing it. And guess what? That's going to separate you and everybody else because you could talk all day. Everyone's money advice. You ain't never seen with no money. They're in a room with a light on them and an iPhone talking about how to invest. You're like, dog, you ain't never showed an account. You ain't never nothing.
Isn't that cool too when people just will straight up be transparent about their income and show an account? And
bro, they blow up.
That's so cool.
They blow up.
Yeah.
Because it's real. Don't be a know-it-all. Be a show-it-all.
I'd had this video that performed well on TikTok, and I'm just trying things and doing things, right? And I analyzed after the fact, like why, and then I have to go back into it and be like, why did that perform so well? And like one video, I just started TikTok like in the past 3 months, by the way, but one video has like 70% of my followers from one video. I'm like, what is it about this one video? And the one video, I'm just talking about classic old school hip hop, just like from a cultural standpoint, how hip hop came about, and you know, putting a break together with this bass line, and it's basically like just a collage of old records. I'm taking bits and pieces of old records, and then I did that, and I just recreated Hip Hop Hooray for fun. And I was like, can we remake this sound on a DAW just using stock plugins, like not even any fancy gear or plugins, like not anything that you don't have already in your computer, right? And dude, it just went crazy, and like mad people commenting and like super engagement,
and it
followers.
Worked.
And I didn't go deep dive tutorial. I didn't try to sound like a know-it-all. I just sounded like a hip hop nerd talking to other hip hop nerds.
And that was your best performing, right?
Not only most engagement, but most followers.
Cool. So it worked. So then what did Gabe do the very next day?
Make a video completely about something else.
Why? Why do people do it? Why do people do that? It's so hard. Content is so hard to get like momentum. If something works, literally do it until it breaks in half.
Not only this is how dumb I am though. Not only did it work, but people in the comments are saying, do this one next time, break down this production, remake this one.
The gold is in the comments.
They're already telling me what to do.
And you're like, no. What does that make sense?
No, I know. That's my stupidity. Yeah.
I did the same thing. One of my stories in real life about this. Were you at my concert? My first concert was like 100 people in a small place.
It's like South Jersey?
Yeah.
This was the mixtape.
It was like popcorn and beer.
It was the Modi mixtape.
It was Modi.
I don't know if I attended the concert.
Listen.
I could have been there though. I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember.
It sold out. Mind you, it was
because I know the details about it. How would I know the details if I didn't go?
Yeah, you knew where it was, what I wore, but I'm not sure I was there. Maybe because I'm good at social media, so I made sure you knew.
No, this is just my memory.
So I sold it out, which is a big deal for me. It was like 115 people, but bro, that they don't have to buy tickets. I sold tickets. I'm nobody. This was 10 years before Pitbull. Nobody cares. But no, it wasn't before Pitbull. It was after Pitbull, right? Because when I was in the mixtape.
The Modi was after Pitbull?
No,
Modi was before,
This is not Modi. That's why. This was before that. No, it is Modi. You're right. It is Modi. Modi is a mixtape. Modi stands for MOTY, Mixtape of the Year.
Right. No, because I remember you went hard with that mixtape. Yeah.
Right. The point is.
And you were like super independent. You did like, you know what I mean, throwing your own shows and stuff. That's
right.
What I remember.
And it worked. I sold out a show, one of the best nights of my life. And what did I do next? Something else. It's like, dude, if the thing works, if you sold that out, from that next morning,
Honestly,
you should be planning.
You were
the
a
next
little
show.
bit ahead of the game too with the whole independent philosophy and like just. But that time, it was more like artists had the mindset of like getting signed, right? Like if you were doing that now, so to speak, like just completely independent, just doing your merch, setting up your own shows, you were selling mixtapes hand to hand. Like that's what artists are doing now. They don't have that that mindset of, oh, now I got to go get a record deal kind of thing.
So I'm gonna start doing that again now. That's one of my plans.
What's one of your plans?
I'm going to start with like whoever. I don't care if I get 5 people. The number is not important. But let's just say 5, 10 people. And probably after we drop like 5, 6 podcasts, I'm going to say, hey, meet me at my boy's plant shop. He's having coffee come through. And we're going to talk content live. And,
That's so dope.
Open your social medias and let's talk about it for 2 hours and have some fun.
That's so dope.
So now what's happening? I'm helping real people in the real world in real time. I'm getting that content. I'm showing. I'm showing instead of just telling you I do it. I'm showing you actually help people in real time.
That's really dope.
I'm connecting with real humans in the real world, and I have potential clients sitting in front of me and potential clients online watching me make that content with the real people in real spaces.
Yeah, that's dope.
And that's going to be my new version of shows.
Yeah.
And if they want me to dance on top of a table and rap my song, it's just going to cost extra.
People are going back outside, man, because it's like you said, that's what makes it real. I just saw literally like yesterday, J. Cole's album rollout. Did you see that where he's driving around in a Honda with CDs in the trunk?
Yeah.
And rolling up on fans?
Because now that's the wow. Everyone's at home on their phone. So now when you say, hey, look out your window, I'm standing here. You're like, whoa, it's a human.
J. Cole's outside in a Honda with CDs in the trunk. Yeah. I thought that was so dope.
It's fire.
Yeah, it's really cool, man.
That's fire. So wait, let's bounce back. You got your posts. You got your content pillars of the different ways that you can make money with audio that you've done before. And maybe some ways you haven't, that your skills still lend, the power to be able to do so. Who you are as a brand, right? Oh, we were at the bio. And we don't have to break it all the way down today because there's a whole science to this. Like I want to spend 30 minutes on another podcast breaking this down. Is your bio. Now, it's not the end all be all. It's a small piece, but all the small pieces together.
Bio where first? Instagram? You're talking about?
I say Instagram because TikTok's the hot commodity right now and YouTube's the king, but Instagram is the business card, right? Because a 59-year-old stock exchange person that exchanges social media with you, he's going to Instagram. Even if he doesn't post a lot, it's still the thing they go to, right?
Okay, let me see what I have as my bio right now.
Perfect.
You tell me if it's trash.
Look up the bio. While you're looking it up, it's like
you tell me if it's
what you say in your bio, and there's different tricks to it. Everyone tries to make it like it must go in this order. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way.
Dude, all I have in my bio right now is helping creatives perfect their sound and bring their vision to life.
That's really good.
You think so?
Can you say it one more time?
Helping creatives perfect their sound and bring their vision to life. And then
that's nearly perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should take credit for that or if I got ChatGPT assistance. I don't really remember, but
it's nearly perfect.
Really?
The only thing I would question is the word creatives.
Right. I didn't see this. It goes back to our conversation. I didn't want to make it just about like music industry, right?
Yeah, but it's sound. You don't have to say music industry either, but I get creative works. It just sounds broad.
I see. I think I was trying to make it broad. Who would I say? What else? How else would you say that?
It's tough because if you're saying like I help dancers do this or I help athletes do this, I help creatives. That's
you're saying it's too broad. It's not niched down enough, so to speak.
Yeah, but it's tough in your industry. What would you say? I help audio engineers. I help.
Yeah, because and then
also we'll have to work on that, but also there's seasons to write certain things in your bio. I think if you're just trying to grow, you're not selling anything yet. You're trying to grow. I think you write something differently in your bio than if you're in your season of selling.
Right. So I'm not necessarily trying to sell, but I do want you to
like. I wouldn't have the word help if I'm not selling. So help is when you're selling something.
Okay.
But if you're like,
if you go under that, right, and you go into my links, I kind of set up as in steps, like buy my lecture, watch the workshop
let's
for
not
free.
even go there yet. That's a whole let's not even go there yet. That's the
And I actually broke it down into steps, like step 1, step 2, step 3, and as it goes up, it's a little more. The first is free. Then it goes into
you're too far.
Yeah.
You're in the link. We're far from the link. It really should go your name. We should be talking about what your name is if you really want to do it the right way. It's like what your name is, what your picture looks like, and then
I could break that down. So it's that coast to sound. I just wanted to keep it general again.
Cool.
And I'm like in my picture, I'm like behind the board in like a nice studio in
it's
San
solid.
Diego or whatever.
The picture communicates your name and what you do. That's solid.
Right.
And then you write what you do and who you're talking to in your bio. That's not bad at all. In my growth phase, I don't think I would coach anybody into posting exactly what they do. I would post in their bio who they are. So I'm just a rad dad.
And by the way, none of this was like common sense for me. Like
Right.
this was like a whole science that I had to figure out just to even get to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I would, if I was in my growth stage for you, I would write, I'm a girl dad who loves old school hip hop and eats macaroni and cheese. Because now if I see a cool viral post from you and I go to your page, you're like, oh, he's just a cool dude. I want to follow. He's not trying to do too much in his bio and be like, I help tall people from San Diego get more fit. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, yo, I'm a girl dad that loves old school hip hop.
I'm a boy dad now too.
Yeah, and a boy dad, right?
So it's like,
but you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, I liked his post,
dude,
and I like his post, and I like who he is, and he's funny. He's down the
Chris,
earth.
I swear to you, bro, I love this. This is like getting me excited again because like I've posted a lot online, a decent amount, you know, like nothing crazy. But for like 2 years straight, and I feel like I haven't even got into my bag yet. I haven't even got full.
But you
the full scope of the brand that I can actually be online. You know what I mean?
But what you did was the most important part. You just spent a year getting in front of the camera, turning it on, spitting out 5 million words, editing those words, adding, the captions to it, posting, losing, winning, learning lighting. How's this camera actually work? Should I, like all those things, all that pain is what takes you to this level. Everybody wants to skip that and be like, yo, just tell me how to go viral, bro.
Yeah, and then there's people that have gone viral that haven't really built a brand or made money from being viral.
That's worse.
Yeah.
I think it's worse to hit a home run in terms of getting everyone to look at you, and then you're like, I have nothing else for you. Now, we have to separate, and we did it the other day. We're not going to break it down today because I want to finish this path we're on. But if you're trying to be an influencer, you're trying to be a business owner, you're trying to be an entrepreneur.
Well, let's keep it real. A lot of people just want attention in general. So, like, it's a lot of just clout chasing online, too. You know, there's that whole.
And I don't mind that. If you want to be an influencer, then clout chasing should be on your menu.
I mean, what if you just want attention for the sake of attention because you like attention? Like, and it doesn't turn.
Yeah, but I do think we're in a day where they know attention could make money. So it's not like it's not they know.
So you think most people have the intention to monetize?
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
They're not risking their life getting arrested from the police, so they don't get they want the views.
Right.
You know. So anyway, I don't want to break down the whole bio now. I just wanted to throw it out there that when it comes to your spaces, your TikTok, even your YouTube, wherever your profiles are, everything communicates and is synchronized and says the same thing about you and is your brand. Right.
My TikToks, again, I'm learning all of this stuff that we're talking about. I'm learning very recently. I think my TikTok is the realest version of myself so far, which is funny.
Yeah, because you care the least about it.
That was we had this conversation, yeah. But I look at that and I'm like, this is who I really am. I'm like just chilling on here, dude. It's like supernatural. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then the people who want to will look into what you do. You don't have to force it.
Right. Well, I'm seeing that the being very natural on TikTok is getting people to DM me, is getting people to inquire about who I am, and then I'm sending them to my book and my long form content on YouTube and stuff like that. So TikTok is helping me for discoverability. You know what I mean?
Yo, what if I make a book called Buy My Book? It's random, just popped in my head. Okay, so we had your post, you as a brand, what you're communicating, the bio, and now who you're communicating to, right? And this is all on the plane of you've been posting, but it hasn't been working. You haven't been making more money because of you posting. You haven't been getting a better following. So everything we've talked about is basically setting the stage. So when people do see something you post, they come to your page and want to follow in the first place. That's why you change your bio. That's why you synchronize all your information to make your brand look good. But also your audience, who are you talking to, right? And when you post, you're talking to the world. But depending on what you say, how you look, what's in your background, and when you consistently make that content, it's going to start talking to a set of people, whether you like it or not.
Here's the thing that TikTok kind of taught me, For You page, right? It's supposed to, and you've discussed this with me before. It's supposed to, the For You page is like the general public, right? General population. Even though you do have your niche, you are supposed to sort of create niche content that also kind of sort of appeals to the general public. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, how do you do that?
I explained it earlier. That would be the example of your audio engineer, right? I literally do not care. I only like you because you're my friend. And I needed you to mix my stuff when I was doing music. There's nothing about an audio engineer I
that
ever
you
went
find
away.
is cool, exciting.
No, but that's why it's perfect to talk to me about. Like, I don't care.
It is perfect.
I
though.
do not want to hear anything about EQ. I get it's necessary, and even I need it.
Right.
But I don't want to hear about it. But
you're not going to sit there and consume an hour video about it.
Right, but if you popped up online, it was like, yo, I give that Bad Bunny performance 7 out of 10, but I give the audio a 6 out of 10. Here's why. While you see Bad Bunny walking through the leaves in his fake Puerto Rico, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but you just nailed the answer. That's
right.
Exactly
So now you're talking. I like Bad Bunny's performance, and you're looking at it, and you're VIP. Now people are like, oh, that just happened. They're still in the energy of Bad Bunny in a Super Bowl. You're talking about it. Everyone's talking about it.
It's a current hot topic. Yeah.
And you're taking it and you're wrapping it up in your world. Right?
So if it pops up on the For You page, people aren't just so quick to like, ooh, EQ, like just scroll away right away, like you said. Because this is nerdy and boring, and this is not something I'm interested in.
I don't need this.
Yeah.
How about this? There's another way to I like this conversation, to expand to other people, because just because I'm not going to buy your course or need to talk to you, because I don't want to do audio for a living, right? I might buy your book because you're interesting and I've been following you. It's just super cool. Or I might buy it for somebody else who wants to get into audio somewhere, right?
Right.
So for instance, if you made a post about car radios, because everybody has one, and who has a car, right? Does blasting your radio in your car damage your hearing? Let's break it down.
Definitely over time, yeah.
And what is that time? And how loud is how loud? Does it really matter? You know, like I know it's random, but it's audio again.
No, dude, this is why you get paid to do this. Like, honestly, like, because you come up with these freaking ideas. You're not even an audio guy, and you have 50 more ideas than I do, and I'm the audio guy. Like, no, why is that though?
Because I'm the idea guy.
Right, there you go. But that's why people pay you to do this stuff, because I don't even know how much information that I know, so to speak, right? Yeah. Like you would talk to me and be like, oh, this guy knows so much about this particular subject, but I'm just like, I just go, sometimes it was just too dry. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, oh, this is EQing. This is the frequency spectrum. This is how EQ works. And it's like, dude, nobody wants to hear this except like a small, like people that don't come out of their house and don't have many friends. And
that's why that radio thing connects. It's like, what? And guess what? I've never seen that post. You know how they say nothing's new under the sun? I've never seen that post.
What post?
Somebody talking about in radio and damage. Because remember, if you eat this, it has soy in it and it's going to hurt your stomach. I've never heard anybody talk about, but me and you have been standing in front of speakers our whole life. You know, thank God nothing's wrong with my hearing.
Yeah, thank God I'm able to be an audio engineer, because as a DJ, I was reckless with
it.
Yeah.
But like, you know how many DJs That's another post.
Mm-hmm.
Can being a DJ make you go deaf? What? That opening?
Mm-hmm.
The thousands and thousands of DJs like, wait.
Oh, we were so stupid. I used to have like monitors like right here and just black.
Right, but this is all content that's in your niche, but it's not in.
I even have. You're making me even think of stories, like personal stories.
Right.
I can add to these things.
And that all counts. Where you brought me somewhere though, before we got to that.
That's what was I talking about?
I don't know. I lost it.
I don't remember.
I figured out content, but I haven't figured out my ADHD. But I want to. So we have your post, the audience you're talking to, because you're gonna.
Oh man, this might have been what you were talking about. The For You page, kind of like making content that's exciting for the general public, even though you're talking about a niche.
Yeah, but we just answered that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was a great answer. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Also, a huge, easy way to get more reach and get more followers and just get more attention is collaborate with other humans that are making content. Mm-hmm. They have followers. You have followers. Combine those followers. Mm-hmm. It's like that simple. That's why I love the collab button on Instagram. It's huge.
Yeah, that's good. That's a cool feature. Yeah, the post goes to both of your timelines. Yeah,
that is
sharing your audience.
Yeah, so it could be 5 people. I think 5 is the max, but it could be 5.
That makes so much sense though. Instead of like, I take the reel, you take the reel. We're all posting the same reel.
No, let all the engagement go to one video. Mm-hmm. Let all the comments and questions go to one video. Mm-hmm. Now Gabe is with these 4 guys. I'm discovering these 4 people. These other people are discovering
Starts a whole conversation underneath it.
Right, because you're the audio guy. It could be a guitar guy and a singer. And now those people in their musical world are asking you questions and may want to buy your book. It's like, why are we not doing 4 of those a month?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's just an easy way.
Even being let me ask you another question, because even being the audio guy, I think is still putting me in a box, so to speak. Like you said, I DJ, I do other things, so
it's all audio.
It's all okay. Yeah, okay.
It's all sound. It's really not the audio guy. It's the sound guy. You're close to sounds,
right?
Right. You can literally be like.
So that already all makes sense. Okay,
I'm from Brazil.
Good. I don't suck that bad. Yeah. It kind of all makes sense. Right?
I'm in the rainforest in Brazil. When you hear that sound, the audio guy's now in the jungle. Like, you could take this anywhere. And it's funny and different, but like, you're allowed, any sound is a sound. Mm-hmm. That coaster sound is how you manipulate the world of sounds to become works of art through you. That's that coaster sound. But it could be anything. Mm-hmm. If it makes a noise, it's a sound. And that's content.
Right.
It's crazy, yeah. Like, you could be like Pee Wee Herman. You remember that? That was this type of trumpet. That trumpet has been in these top 10 songs. Some of them are your favorites. It's like, what? Mm-hmm. I want to follow this guy because he's just taking me back in the days from a movie to James Brown having a trumpet, and it was made where? That trumpet was made in Italy. Like, bro, this guy's amazing. I want to follow him because I get to learn about music and history, and it's just like, bro, his name is That Coaster Sound. What does he do? I don't know. He just does all these cool videos on he also happens to be an audio engineer. Oh, he has a book. Oh, he's speaking next month in Elizabeth. I'm going just because I like him.
Right.
I'm never going to work in the audio world. I just want to go chill with this guy and drink coffee and shake his hand and buy a T-shirt and buy his book.
Right.
And that's why you got to expand your content.
And what do you think? That's the sexy end goal, right? Like
big sexy outcome.
Big sexy outcome. That everything you just described is a big sexy outcome.
Is that your big sexy outcome?
I think any author, content creator building this online brand, not only to be appreciated or whatever and recognized, that's a superficial aspect, but the reason people appreciate you and recognize you is because you gave them value of some kind. I don't know, you entertained them, you helped them, you helped them become an audio engineer or like put some money in their pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How about just help them feel good? Mm-hmm. Like, the reason why I focused in that little story I just made up was the person that came out to see you, buy the T-shirt and buy the book, did not need the value of your professional audio expertise. They just fell in love with the other 30% of the videos you make teaching about music and history and sounds and old school hip hop and instrumentation and how many times this person used the same line. Biggie used this, Tupac used this, Will Smith. You know,
I like how you threw in there like 30% too.
Yeah, there's a
because
portion
you still
of
feel still
Right.
feel like that you should have like your focus. You can't just be like random, you know.
Right. They're gonna become part of your clan. They're gonna want to just hang out. Guess what? Because you're also a DJ. Guess what? From 1 to 3 p.m. or 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., he's going to be talking his audio stuff. We're going to go a little late because we're not too into that, but he's doing a book signing, so I want to be there for the book signing. And then he's DJing, and it's going to be a party, and we love watching him DJ on TikTok. So we get to see all this and get a T-shirt and get a book signed, and they don't even care about making money from audio. He's a dentist. Because there's so much more you're giving other than your value. That's why if you're a fax machine, FACTS, bro, you're one in a million. ChatGPT is a fax
It's
machine.
not only that. I started trying to do that all the time. I got bored of myself. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
ChatGPT and AI is the fax machine. You're this guy with all this dynamics, all this history, all these skills, and you're a real human that wants to have real fun, who's giving. I haven't seen the content that I just explained to you. I haven't seen that. I'm lying. I see it sometimes, but not with music and sound. People, my mom would follow you in a second. It's wholesome, amazing, National Geographic, but in the music sense, amazing content, bro. If you had that on YouTube as well, that's a lot of work if you did it long form, but has not, bro. That would bring you so many people.
That's why I've been doing more short form recently, just because I had a son and I had less time the past year. You know, that first year of having a kid, you're like, your time is crazy. So I got into a lot more short form content, and why I got into like TikTok recently and stuff like that. Plus, it's super fun. You know what I mean? Like TikTok, if I don't really have like time to like produce something, I just whatever musical thought of the day was. You know what I mean? If I think it's valuable to somebody, I just pick up my phone and say something about
Even
it.
that,
Yeah,
that could be your musical thought of the day.
right.
You know,
But back to my question, the big sexy outcome. This might be a whole nother podcast episode. Like, what do you think it takes to get to that? Like,
I mean, but that's
I think that's what everyone.
no,
wants
but that's
to
what
know.
we're doing then. That's why I don't want to do.
It's not one big answer.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. The big sexy outcome is made up of 1,000 small unsexy.
Yeah, it's all of this, right?
The big sexy outcome.
It's why people would watch this show,
Right?
To gain,
Right.
Yeah.
The big sexy outcome is made up of 1,000 small unsexy tasks that have to be performed first.
Yeah, the stuff you do in the dark, right?
Yeah,
When no one's watching.
yeah.
The editing and perfecting and changing the light and fixing the light
And that's why I think first things first. The reason why I mapped out, and you should actually take this podcast and actually, you should actually break that down and do it. But like, you need some sort of plan, so you're not just winging everything. The winging stuff and just talking to your camera, that's like the cherry on top. You should do that anyway, but you should have some sort of plan and write that out. Big sexy outcome. What do we want to happen? What do we need? What has to happen in your life?
Start at the big sexy outcome.
Well, I like to reverse engineer everything.
Yeah.
Like, what do I want to happen? Who do I need to become in order for me to be the type of person that can make that happen? And then what are the steps that I need to become that person? And what type of content does that person make?
That's crazy, yeah.
Right? You know? And you have to log everything. I think that helps logging your successes and logging your failures. So when you post for a whole week, what happened? And maybe the post that failed, it failed for a reason. Does that mean you just go on with your life and make more posts?
Describe and what is a post that failed?
If nobody watched it, it didn't go anywhere. It just didn't go anywhere.
It's just no engagement.
Yeah, you got
just
5
dry.
likes and 30 views. Meanwhile, you got 500 likes on another one. You're like, what happened? What do they care about? Or was it? Sometimes I know a post is good, but it doesn't do good. So what about it didn't get you to the good part? It's good. The information is good, but how come it didn't do what it's supposed to do?
Well, there's a lot of reasons, right? I mean, you talked about in the last episode, like the hook, the first 3 seconds, and you know what I mean. Getting people hooked right away, and then keeping them hooked, and to get to even like the meat and potatoes that are like maybe in the middle or at the end. You know what I'm saying? If the hook isn't good, they won't even
Right.
stick around for the rest of it. You know what I mean?
Right. Like if I was in the music world like you are right now, I literally would open my phone and go, "Wow, wow, like a dungeon dragon." First person to comment to me what the name of that song is, I'm gonna send you a $5 gift certificate to Starbucks. Go.
You just made that in 10 seconds too. Yeah.
People are gonna be like this. Oh shoot! I know it's Busta Rhymes. Row, row. They're gonna be looking up.
Yeah.
Row, row. Like, but you're gonna make at least 40 people scramble, and then someone's gonna win. You send them a stupid $5-10 thing, and it costs you anything. They're super happy.
It's actually Tribe Called Quest scenario.
Right. and you locked them into your game where, like, you could gamify this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun, dude. Like, make learning fun, teachers.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, collaborate, make a plan, log your successes, observe and study. We talked about the other day. Ask your audience. The gold is in the content. The comment section. I'm reading right now because and get clear on your goal, your audience, who you're talking to, your brand, who you are, and set up your bio and your overall, like, communicating who you are to people. So when something doesn't go viral, but when somebody discovers one post of you and they take the opportunity to go to your profile for 3 seconds, you seem like the type of person that they want to follow. So you want to tell them what you do, but you don't want your profile to be like, I'm a robot and I'm trying to sell you. You want to seem like a cool person that they would want to follow based on your fun content. So
to sum all of this up, you're saying we're really gearing this towards a person that has been posting, but they feel like it's not working, right? Overall, it sounds like you're saying there lacks some kind of clarity.
Clarity is the whole thing.
Yeah.
Gabe, the first thing that I'm helping people with and I'm selling my offer is a clarity call.
That's what you call it, the first call?
I'm calling it a clarity call. I have different levels of calls, right? At first, I was like, I'm going to have a call where it's a workshop, and I'm going to sit with you on Zoom for 2 hours. What we're doing, and I'm going to break down your whole thing. And I'm like, you know what?
So clarity not only for you, but clarity for when I help you get some clarity, you'll sort of like present your brand better to give your audience or your target clarity about who you are, and the services you provide.
Yes.
And
So my thing was like, I could do this whole workshop thing and charge people to go one-on-one with them. But then I thought about, like, some people aren't at that level yet, don't want all that help yet. Some people just watch me online and say, hey, Chris, could I talk to you for 20 minutes? I need clarity. I just don't even know what the heck is going on.
That's why I talk to you, honestly.
Right. And it's a clarity call. And, like, I would do it.
I get free clarity calls.
Right. But I would do it. Like, if I was lost and what I've done is not working, I'm like, here, look at my stuff. Can you help me get clear? You know, now.
And you're like kind of like mean to me too. And I'm like, oh, but that was helpful though.
I mean to everybody.
Well, somebody perceive it as mean. I'm not that sensitive, so
right.
It's actually very helpful.
I talk about this often. Like, I'm that type of coach, but that's how I like to be coached.
Yeah.
I want to be yelled at, like, one more push up, push. Like,
because, dude, without honesty, like, how can you be truthful? You know, like, it's just, you have to be honest, dude.
Yeah, you don't have to be mean. Different people learn different. Different people can't handle that.
Is that you address people according to who they are too? Like, you're mean to me because it's me, and you know I'm not gonna like go cry in a corner.
I happen just to be. I don't do that. I'm mean across the board.
Okay.
And not mean, but I'm just like, I don't want to hear your excuses.
Right.
I don't care. You're gonna fail. We're gonna talk about your excuses. To go to a psychiatrist if you want to talk about your excuses. I'm trying to
get a psychiatrist won't let
me. Because you failing is hurting you and me.
Right.
Because you're making me look bad.
So you're calling me for the clarity call. I'm giving you clarity.
Yeah, don't tell me, Yeah, all of our lives have all these complexities, and we have kids, and your foot hurts, and when you wake up in the morning, yo, are you going to ball or not? We have no choice. You're going to ball or not?
Yeah. Right.
Let's get past that. Let's figure out what the steps are going to be, and let's figure out how to make it easier for you to execute on those steps. Once you do that, let's see what you did. Let's bring it back. Let's analyze that. Did you do good? Did you do bad? Let's figure out how to be better and build on that and not rush. Don't make an unrealistic goal, and just do the next push-up. That was our episode.